Hey, it's Tina. I help experts turn their IP into certification and licensing programs. And today I want to talk about, should you get your certification program accredited? Should it be accredited by a third party, by another organization? What are these organizations out there that might do this? This is a very common question I get from people. And my short answer is it depends. It depends on a few different things. So first and foremost, if we're looking through the lens of credibility, what makes your program a credible, good program? Number one, you have proven your framework and methodology. You yourself have proven it, proven that it works, proven that it's successful, proven that you can take it out into the world in successful ways. When you've proven that methodology for at least 3 years, that is a huge part, and I dare say the most important piece of credibility for your certification program. If you have not yet proven your methodology, your framework, your IP, your processes, your content, whatever you want to call it, if you haven't done that yet, that's your first step. And you want to take at least 3 years to do that. Because really, people coming to you and saying, hey, what makes you credible in being able to offer this certification? Why should I learn this from you? Why should I want to be certified in all integrity? You need to be able to say, because I know it works. I've lived it, I've breathed it, I've tested it, etc. So yes, there's credibility on your framework itself. The second piece is the credibility of your students, the people that are becoming certified by you. And as they're coming out of your program, are they able to be successful with what it is they've learned from you? So your framework is a key part of that, but this is also tapping into your learning structure, what the training looks like, the journey that people are on, the testing process, the support, the resources, etc., the strategy that goes around the type of certification program that you're creating. If those things aren't structured well and your students are coming out the other end and they are not feeling ready, they're not able to take what they've learned and be successful with it, that's a problem. That's going to get in the way of your credibility. And of course, there's a lot of work to be done there. I work a lot with my clients in that particular piece, making sure that all of those elements are solid. The third way to add credibility to a program is to have it accredited by a third party. And when I say it depends, some people want to go this route. Some people, depending on the industry you're in, it can be a really good idea to explore third-party accreditation. And you may not want to. Because I wouldn't say it's necessary all the time. I think we are in a stage, though, where it's becoming more and more important to look at some third-party accreditation options. So for example, if you're in the coaching industry, you're developing a coaching certification, you can get your coach training accredited by the ICF, which of course is one of the larger organizations in the coaching world. There's other ones out there too that can also accredit coach training and certification programs. If you're in the personal fitness world, there's organizations that will accredit training health programs. There's different types of accrediting bodies, if you will, depending on the type of program that you're doing. Now, there also are some more, what I would say, generic type of accrediting bodies as well, where they're not specific to certain industries or certain verticals, but rather they're approaching it from the perspective of, is this a good and effective training program, right? And even that can have a lot of value in it as well, too. So looking at accreditation, it's interesting. If you would have asked me this, people ask me this question all along, but part of my answer used to be, maybe. You could go that route. You don't necessarily have to. And that still very much is true. Like when you have a solid proven framework and foundation, you've proven it works, your clients are successful and such, that alone can very much create a successful and validated certification. But in this big wide world of the online training and all kinds of things out there, and so many people doing so many different things, and people getting burned and having bad experiences, and frankly, there's a fair amount of not so good training and such out there. You may have experienced some of this yourself. A third-party accreditation can be a good thing. It just adds that extra layer of like, okay, a third party has reviewed my program based on certain criteria and such. They've said that, yes, this is a good program. So yes, accreditation can be a good thing. Definitely a good thing, not necessary. all the time, but also could be necessary. Just another quick side note, depending on the industry you're in, if you're already certified in some way, if you are a part of a professional organization and such too, there may be requirements within the professional organization for you to be accredited, or certain things to consider when creating your own certification and licensing program. So just a quick side note there as well too. Not always mandatory, not always essential, but certainly can be a good practice, and something that I think is going to continue to become more and more important in the coming years. And hey, it's always a good thing to be able to have another layer of like, okay, yes, we're legit. We're not just making stuff up. We're not just throwing things out there. We're not one of those kind of who knows what BS people that are floating around out there offering and doing different things. So if you're curious about certification or licensing, considering it for yourself, go ahead and take my Ready, Set, Certify quiz. I ask you a series of questions, and based on your answers, I give you my recommended next step to take in creating your own certification or licensing program. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye now.